stage. This guy's fantastic. I've seen him lots of times and he's doing really well at the moment. Can we all put our hands together for Rob Mitchell?
Hello, good evening. How are you doing? Good night. You alright, Demo? Fantastic. I realised today, actually, it'll be 20 years ago this year that I first came to Liverpool. After I was driving in today, I remember coming here 20 years ago as a student. Now, is there any students here? You two students? Yeah, look, everyone's such miserable apart from you two, smiling away. But I came to Liverpool as a student 20 years ago. Now, I wasn't very academic, so I did a degree in furniture design and I specialised in metal craft. Is that the course you're doing? No? Okay. Now, the one thing I found out since doing my course in furniture design and specialising in metal craft was that actually nobody wants furniture made out of fucking metal. So there was 3 years of my life that I'll never be getting back. So I've done what anyone with a shit degree does, and you know this, I became a teacher. Well, it's true, isn't it? I became a teacher, and it's funny while I've been doing this, you see a lot of acts who get up on stage and make jokes about the job and the career. You can't do that being a teacher. No, you can't make jokes if you're a teacher. Right? One joke I told, that's all, just one joke. It wasn't very good. What was it? What do you call a paedophile in cords and elbow patches? A geography teacher. Right? No, I know it's not a good joke, but bloody hell, you should have seen the reaction I got. They were booing me when I went to sit down. So I thought, bollocks to them. It's the last time I'm taking the assembly. But it's a shame you can't joke about being a teacher. Because there's a lot of similarities, you know, similarities between doing stand-up and becoming a teacher. You've always got to be witty. You've always got to expect the unexpected and be ready with a witty response. It was a bit like back in September, I started work at a new school. Teaching my first lesson, it's all going really well. Halfway through the lesson, this little lad at the back of the class, he holds up a picture he's printed off of a massive cock. And he says, "Look, sir, it's your mum." Cheeky bastard. So I had a look, nothing like my mum. My mum hasn't even got curly hair. But right away, I was being witty and I said to him, "That'll be why she smells of your dad's arsehole then." Now, I did feel proud for about 30 seconds, but then straight away I thought, you know, that's really unprofessional from a teacher to say that in front of a class of 6-year-olds. But like I said to the offset inspector who was observing me at the time, I said, look, if these kids can't take it, they shouldn't dish it out. Learn a bloody good lesson there, stick that in your national curriculum and judge it. Which he did, and it was unsatisfactory apparently. But yeah, it's nice to be back in Liverpool tonight. I loved it when I lived in Liverpool. I don't live too far away now, I live in Warrington. Don't know if anyone's been to Warrington or anyone's from Warrington. It's a decent place, but there's something about the people in Warrington, and I think it's because Warrington's right in between Liverpool and Manchester. Most of the people in Warrington are descended from generations of Scousers breeding with Manx, and it's created a town full of skanks. You live in Warrington, don't you? Sorry. High five? Joking. But, I mean, Warrington's better than where I'm originally from. I'm originally from St Helens. Now, there's a town, I realised this as I grew up, St Helens is a town where most of the people in that town are descended from generations of brothers breeding with their sisters, which has created St Helens. High six if anyone's from St Helens. Now, it was alright St Helens, but it's fair to say, when I lived there, it was a town that had been in decline for many years. And I remember when I lived there, I was growing up thinking, I want to settle down, I want to start a family, I want to have kids of my own. I thought, there's no way I'm going to do that while I live in St Helens. I mean, it wasn't because of the social and economic decline of the town, it wasn't the failing schools, or the high crime rate. I was from St Helens, but I just didn't want to fuck my sister. And that was it. Not if that blowjob was anything to go by, I didn't. No, I'm only joking, it was quite nice, it was alright. It was just, I'm not insulting, it's just, when she took her glasses off and her teeth out, bloody hell, she looked like our dad. And that image of my dad going down on me, well, I didn't think I'd see that again after he was locked up all those years ago. I'm only joking, he's not true, it's just a joke. My dad's a good bloke. I'll tell you a story about my dad before I go. I remember this was years ago. Christmas Eve it was, I was only about 7 years old. And it's Christmas Eve, about midnight, and something woke me up. I thought, he's here. It's Father Christmas, because it's the days we believe, isn't it? I heard a noise and I got out of bed and there's that noise again. So I opened my door, I went along the landing and I could hear the noise coming from my mum and dad's bedroom. So he's here. So I opened the door and there he was, Father Christmas, on top of my mum, riding like the Polar Express. I was bloody shocked, but I kept calm and I looked closer and I realised I'd made a mistake. Well, it was my dad, wasn't it? Santa Claus was fucking my dad. Well, you don't get over something like that when you're 7 years old, do you? So it affected me and I became quite withdrawn and very quiet, and the school got worried about me. And in fact, he was so worried, he sent me to see the child psychiatrist. Now, this is back in 1979. There wasn't a child psychiatrist then. You had to go and see the caretaker, have a chat with the caretaker in the boiler room. So I went in to see him, and he said, come on Robert, sit down, what's wrong? Sit with me. So I sit down with him, he says, come on, start telling me the story. He's unblocking the drains, I told you, he was caretaker, couldn't stop working. He said, what's wrong? So I told him all about it. I said about my dad, about Santa Claus. And he said, listen Robert, there's a time when you've got to realise, you've got to accept people for what they are. And you must know, your dad likes having sex with men dressed as Father Christmas. He's a ho-ho homosexual. He thought it was bloody hilarious. I was 7 years old. Now, I was talking like this, I need a drink. Thank you. I was talking about this with my class just before Christmas. So I thought it would do good to share these stories with the kids, feel a bit closer, you know, build up a relationship. So I told them the story of when I was 7 and Christmas Eve and what happened and how I found my dad, you know. And it was all going well until, again, this little shit at the back holds up a picture of Father Christmas. And he says, look, sir, that's why he smells of your dad's arsehole. That's it. Guys, thank you. Have a good night.
Rob Mitchell, everyone. Can we have another cheer for Rob? Right guys, we're going to have another short little break before we get our headline act up for the evening.